busted.
Yeah, no kidding. How did they mess that one?
Alrighty, here we go. And here's Ullik. And this, like all those other guys we've been fighting, have about 1,000 health. This guy's like 4,500. 8,000. Yeah, he's got 8,000. Oh, unfortunately, my flips came right up. I will start up on Ruby. And usually the mobs end up, when they cast, they end up casting directly across. So Ullik over there would have been, the one with the dagger emblem, would have been casting on me. And then Ruby casts on me. If there was somebody over here in Spiral, they'd be casting on her.
Mhm.
Decisions, decisions. That's not good. Makes me wish I had a death shield up. And he's got a trap on me. This is... it's not too bad. It's better than I thought it was going to be. But I have a lot of gear that resists death damage. I mean, it's one of the things that we really enjoy is, in most cases, the dungeons here, you don't have to find 40 people to go raid someplace. And if a couple people screw up, everybody gets pissed and people are swearing at you to uninstall.
Mhm.
At least I don't think my wife's yelled at me to uninstall yet. I know my kids haven't.
Behind your back.
Yeah, behind my back. There you go.
Freaking idiot.
Oh, I'm sure she's thought that on numerous occasions.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Prerogative of wives.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and... Looked like he's getting ready to cast on you. Yeah, I will. I've got another one sitting there waiting to go. I figured you were more in the line. But yeah, I cast the death shield on her because I thought she was going to be receiving the brunt of something more than I was anytime soon. Oh, there we go. I want to save that. I think I'll throw a Banshee on Ruby here next turn. And that makes me very glad I threw that Death Shield on. Oh, it is a Cyclops, isn't it? Never mind. This isn't going to anywhere near finish off Ruby, but we're going to get close. I think they did a pretty good job setting this all up. This came out of a small studio in Austin, Texas. which a lot of people don't realize the number of programming gigs there are for games in the areas around Austin and San Antonio, Texas. It's kind of amazing. I've got some friends who I've got. You remember that game Defiance?
Yeah.
There's a buddy of mine was working at that studio, and after Defiance got done, and like most of the work got done, and everything, they laid off like half the studio. He was one of them.
Yeah.
All that for about 30 points. So I just put a flip on him, and I'm going to send Pirate on him next time, and that'll finish him off, and I can start focusing on the boss. Because that'll be a long slog. Yes. There goes the minion. And Bob was no more. Well, I just saw. Did you use your heal this turn? Oh, I thought you. I thought I saw you were setting up for your. Oh, and I fizzled on mine. All right. You're gonna Humongo Frog. Well, with what I just did, your Humongo Frog is a semi-early area of effect. Oh, ew, ow. Yep, that Humongo Frog's gonna hit everybody, and it'll help that. Oh no. Um, Go ahead and do Humongo Frog. How much damage do you think it'll do? Oh, Earthquake? Oh yeah, go ahead and because Earthquake does how much? All right, go ahead. Oh, I should have cast that on the guy next. Yeah, that I wasted it on him. I should have cast it on Key or on Dagger. That's okay. I've got two more feints. Nice. Yep, I should have cast it on Dagger. That was an idiot move on my part. And because you will have aggro, I'm putting a shield on you. Too late. But Death School has a lot of neat little things. Like there's a lot of different spells where you damage an opponent and it heals yourself. I also have a really cool spell where it damages myself and it heals myself.
Hmm.
That one's a lot of fun. All right, let me. Oh, this should be awesome. Actually, no, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to heal myself. This is the one where I damage myself to heal myself. And one of the fun things is I have a shield on me right now for death. So yeah, I'm getting extra death damage, but I also greatly limited my death damage. So I only take 72 points of damage. I healed myself for over 700 points. So that was a 10 to 1, almost 11 to 1. And so when you're looking at it, you got the big red ball down here is your health pool. The purple is your mana, and the green is energy for some other different activities like crafting. All right, let's see here. Now that that got knocked out of the way, I'll go ahead and I'm going to start casting a bunch of feints on. I've got at least 2, if not 3, right now that are up. And so I'm going to start casting some feints on this guy. And I see Fluffy Inn is watching right now. How are you doing? I'll hold on to that. And again, in case you're wondering why the menu screen keeps popping up, I'm talking to my buddy on TeamSpeak, and the Q button, every time I let go of it, like that, it will cause the menu to pop up. Gotta love heal over times. Well, let's see, where do I want to go? I'll do this. It's going to dispel his next outgoing death spell, which he should be getting around to actually casting a pretty nasty one, so this won't be a bad thing to do. Oh, this should be fun. Go ahead and get a prism on there to turn my death spell into a life spell. And I just dispelled whatever it was he's getting ready to cast. That would have been a mess. He still has most of his 8,000 health on him too. Alright. He's got 7,000. This ought to do about 1,000 worth. Nice. The best blade plans of mobs. 70% and converted to life. That tripled the damage. And it heals me for 760, most of which I didn't need. And let's go ahead, throw another flip. He was at 7,000, now he's at 5,500. And he still has a feint on him right now for 70% damage. Yeah. That shouldn't be a problem. I mean, that's really one of the big things in this game is resource control, of keeping track of where your pips are, learning how to work your buffs, your debuffs, shields, timing your heals. I'll go ahead and throw that on him. I want to make sure this next one really counts. I'm amazed he has. Actually, I'm not going to say this because if I say it, it's going to end up jinxing, and he'll end up doing it. Uh, but I know how to solve that. So right now, what I'm building up for is 40% on me, plus 30%, plus 70%, and then turning it into a life spell. Yep. And the spell that he cast on me will reduce that by 25% on my next spell. So I'm just going to cast a little cheap throwaway. That is not the Death School. To oh yeah, but I just knocked out that 70%, but knocked out the 70%, but I can deal with that. I would, because I'll still end up. Eh, yeah, nothing's going to be on him after this. Yeah, I should have just done this last time around instead of doing that splat I did. This is a 500 damage spell that should again do 1500 or so. I couldn't tell what it was because sometimes the graphics does stupid things. But he had 5,500. Now he has, yeah, that took him down almost 2,000 points. All right, let's clear that off. How many do I have? I've got 6, 7, 8. You're going to do Minotaur. I'm going to go ahead and animate. Bring up a minion. That minion spell that I just cast, the strength of the minion depends on how many pips I had, and I had 8. So that is a version of the Wraith. No, not the Wraith. It's, I can't remember which name it is. Ghastly Spectre. Yeah, he'll be pretty good. Alright, let's knock out his next outgoing spell. Because he's got a lot of pips built up for a spell. Yeah, he really had a lot of potential. He's got 10 pips lined up across there. That could have been pretty much anything. No, I already saw that he was casting a. I knew it wasn't going to be Dark Sprite. Oh, he could have been casting a Dark Sprite, you're saying. Alright, let's see here. So I've got a flip on him. Deathblade on myself. My Spectre threw a trap on him. Yeah, some of these high-end boss battles can just run on for days. Well, not days, but I mean, it's like people. I've seen people in this game complain about the length of some of these battles that they can get into, and when you really look at it, um, these battles that you get into, yeah, they'll take a long time. But I mean, you look at some of the videos and stories, horror stories about some of the different endgame raids in Warcraft or other games, and they're in there
Oh yeah,
for
for
hours
hours.
with like 30 or 40 people. And if somebody, if a couple people really start to screw up on what they're doing, or you get somebody decides to Leroy, then I mean, just the whole thing's done. Yep. And as long as he doesn't, oh, see, as long as he doesn't fizzle, it's going to be fine. Okay, and he shows no, not even a pixel down there of health, and he's got 330 left. All right, I'm going to go ahead and yeah, and he's going to try and throw Kraken again. I'll get a little bit of health on me. Why my death guy is my death minion is throwing Kraken? I've got no idea. I don't care though because it's got a lot of damage it'll cause. And why did I throw that without a flip? Because I could. And toast. Nope. That chest, certain